What is up, guys? It's your boy Pup, coaching the Las Vegas Roseraiders today in the Elite 8 of the Pokemon Sports League. And crazy thing about our side of the bracket, so I'm in the Violet division, and I am the only higher seed that won. So I'm the 1 seed facing Diamond today, who's the 7, and we have 5 and 6 playing in the other, quarterfinal game, I guess. So if we beat this, our path to playoffs could be versus seed 8 versus seed 7 versus seed 6. I think the Scarlet division is a little bit higher on it, but I think the 8 seed won over there too. So a lot of upsets coming. I'm hoping today is not going to be one of those upsets. I'm gonna go over our teams really quick, but before I do that, if you guys enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Trying to get, I don't know, we're about to hit 50, trying to get to 100 before the end of this semester, which would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. And if you guys want to skip to the battle, should be a timestamp on the screen, or it's been on the screen, or it's gone now, but I don't really know. I'll try to edit it and make it better. But for now, I'll put the teams on the screen. I start off with mine. I've got Terapagos, Raging Bolt, Victini, got Namorous, Therian, Regidrago. I've got the Runerigus, Fortress. That missing slot right there is the Aqua Tauros. I have Minior, I have Leavanny, and I have Barraskewda. While on Diamond side, they have the Ogerpon Hearthflame, they have Melmetal, Slowbro, Enamorous, Salazzle, Klefki, and then they also have Arctozolt, Torkoal, Avalugg, Decidueye, and Cacturne. So there's some colors on here too before I put it away. The yellow ones, or goldish color, I guess, those are Terra Stab is banned. So they can tear into any type but Stab, and no Stellar, obviously. I guess that's not too obvious. It's obvious to me. And then everything else can tear into any type. Only a couple can do Stellar and use Terra Blast, but that's not really that important, I don't think. Also, important things to mention for their team is that weather's banned in this league. So they can't Slush Rush their Arctozolt, but most importantly, they can't use Drought on Torkoal, so that thing's gonna be Shell Armor. So I just thought that was pretty important when going over my team. Now let's just start with what I'm bringing. Got the Victini, rocking Expert Belt with a Blue Flare, Energy Ball, Psychic, and U-Turn. So I thought the special set would be a little bit better this week. If they're a non-assault vested Melmetal, I can kill them in turn 1. So this is probably what I'm going to lead with. They really like to lead with that Melmetal, and if they don't, they could easily lead with the Torkoal or something, and I can U-turn out. The only really bad lead for me would be Klefki, because they can paralyze me, but I would probably just throw off a Blue Flare anyways, because this thing is just meant to be a dedicated lead. It does look really, really good into their lower tiers, but I'm assuming that they're going to have some Terras to catch me off guard anyways, and I'm not going to outspeed their top 3 threats in Salazzle, Enamorous, and Ogerpon Hearthflame anyways. Energy Ball is really good into the Slowbro if they decide to bring that out, and then Psychic can hit the Salazzle, but also if they're some sort of Terra Poison, which I've seen from them, I think, then I can also hit that as well. We have enough speed here to outspeed Decidueye. I thought that I could skip over the speed tier on Klefki because it doesn't really matter. They're probably just gonna prankster Thunder Wave me anyways. And I'm max special attack modest with a lot of HP investment, so hopefully I can survive some hits. Next up is a Pokemon I think has an incredible matchup this week. I've got Barraskewda. This thing outspeeds every single Pokemon on their team and destroys it with choice banded liquidations or choice banded crunches. The only thing that can actually take a hit is, Slowbro can switch in on liquidations if they get lucky. But if I click Terra Dark Crunch, then they die. They're instantly gone. I'm assuming that they're probably gonna have maybe Scarf Enamorous to deal with me. I think that a superpower Scarfed Enamorous looks pretty decent into me, especially if I don't bring Runerigus, which I'm actually not bringing. So that could be a huge issue. So we have Aqua Jet on this thing, just in case they have the Scarfers. We also have Flip Turn on this thing to get some momentum and deal a lot of damage. We have max attack Adamant with a lot of speed investment to make sure that we're outspeeding the Salazzle. Next up, we're gonna have Raging Bolt. I mean, he's not there, but I promise you, we have Raging Bolt. And this thing is gonna be pretty decent into the matchup. I'm rocking leftovers with Thunderclap, Dragon Pulse, Thunderbolt, and Calm Mind this week. Actually haven't brought a Calm Mind Raging Bolt, so maybe they'll see that and not expect it. But this thing can eat up hits. Eats a lot of hits from Melmetal, actually. Even like Earthquakes from that thing don't do too much. We can Calm Mind and do a lot of damage. We also have Thunderclap, which is really nice for either the Enamorous if it ends up being Scarfed, or like a Salazzle that is being really annoying for my team. And this thing just really isn't resisted well. They have the Enamorous, obviously, that is immune to Dragon Pulse, but it just dies to Thunderclap, and they have Melmetal, but that thing doesn't want to take 1 or 2 Thunderbolts from me. Next up, in my 4th slot, we got Terapagos. I swear he's also here, but you know, no picture because Showdown. But we love Showdown, I promise. But I'm rocking another Power Herb set. Thought that it worked really well in the last game of the regular season, so I thought that I could work with it here. Rocking a Rock Polish set. I think I am EV'd to outspeed a Scarf Enamorous after that. And then we have Meteor Beam, Flamethrower, and Tear Starstorm. Flamethrower being there from Metal and Klefki. It also hits their like ice types really well. If something ends up being Terra Ghost, I can like kind of predict and throw off Flamethrowers and stuff. But nothing in their lower tiers really hurts me. I feel like it should be pretty free to get a Rock Polish up versus their team. And if I chip down that Melmetal, then this thing can absolutely sweep their team. One thing I am worried about is Klefki, who actually wreaked havoc on my team. So, I mean, obviously we need to get that thing out of the way, but if I have to sacrifice Terapagos to get rid of Klefki, I think that's going to be a good trade for me. In the 5th slot, we've got Fortress. I have Custat Berry on Sturdy with Body Press, Spikes, Explosion, and Rapid Spin. This thing also has speed. I mean, I'm not actually going to be outspeeding anything new with this, but I don't want to get speed crept by that Melmetal. So the big thing with this is I can take like an Ogerpon's Ivy Cudgel and then like get up a layer of spikes and then explode in its face, which would be awesome. But I can also take on the Melmetal decently well. If I end up outspeeding that thing, which I should, then I eat all its double Iron Bashes. I even eat Earthquakes, and I can hit Body Press. It's going to do about 30% if they're like a max HP variant. I can spin away any hazards they want to set with Klefki, and this thing also kind of walls Klefki and hits it hard with Body Press. Sets up spikes, and then Explosion obviously destroys stuff. I'm rocking Max Defense. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it's really good not only for the Melmetal, but it also does great work into Avalugg. It does great work into Arctozolt if it ends up being a physical variant, and it also does great into the Decidueye. Oh, and also I have Terra Dragon on this thing, just in case I end up like burning my Sturdy somehow, and then I need to live hits from Ogerpon. I can Terra Dragon and I'll resist both grass and fire moves, which would be really nice. It could also be useful to, I guess, resist like Torkoal if that ends up being an issue, but I don't really see it being too much of an issue. And then lastly, we have Enamorous Therian with an Assault Vest, Draining Kiss, Sludge Bomb, Earth Power, Mystical Fire with max special defense. Literally just max. This thing is here against Enamorous because I know I've talked about Scarfed Enamorous a lot, but Choice Specs Enamorous absolutely blows back my team. So, I mean, if we see that they're Choice Specs, I can switch into this thing and threaten it out with a Sludge Bomb. I have Mystical Fire, which will hurt Melmetal a lot. Earth Power also will, and I have it for Klefki. Earth Power also destroys the Salazzle and hits Torkoal really hard as well, whereas Draining Kiss, I can get some decent health recovery. That's about it. This thing is Terra Poison as well, so I mean, I can resist the Moonblasts. Obviously, at that point, I would be weak to Earth Powers, but then it's Mind Games and all that. So that's about it for the actual team. I'm really nervous in this matchup. I know I whine a lot about having bad matchups. I don't think this one is great for me, but I also think that I have good ways to get out of it. Barraskewda is obviously insane in this matchup, especially if I scuff out like any of their Scarfers. Getting those gone would be insane. I think they have to run either Scarf Enam or Scarf Salazzle, and they do love to bring that Salazzle, so I could definitely see that coming. It could even be like a normal, I mean it could be normal gem, but I was thinking fake out set because that's what they brought a lot. I feel like they're probably going to bring Cacturne because they love bringing that thing as well as a Terra Cap, and Sucker Punch is also kind of rude into Barraskewda, but we have other things on our team that can easily take care of that thing. They like to bring a lot of their low tiers. They don't bring Ogerpon too much. They don't bring Slowbro too much, but I mean, we'll see what ends up happening in this matchup. If they don't bring Slowbro, then Victini really has a very, very good matchup into this. So I'm thinking they might bring it, and then I have free Raging Bolts, which can absolutely destroy their team. So that's really the thought process going into it. Hopefully we can pull out the dub. I am worried, but you know, it is what it is. I've also made some trades for next season, which are kind of insane. I'll obviously go over them. We should have an like off-season video, I think, going over the next draft, because in the next season we are losing Victini and Raging Bolt. We're also losing our bottom 3-ish. I know we're losing the Livani, Barraskewda. What else are we losing? Oh, we're also losing the Tauros. So we definitely had to make some moves for next season, and I'll let you know right now, we've got Iron Boulder on this team. That's all I'll tell you for now. You're gonna have to wait and see in our off-season video whenever that comes out. Hopefully we can win this matchup so we get to keep trucking along and hopefully win this league though. But that's about it for the team builder. I'll see you guys right over here in the battle. Alright, here is the battle. We have, see the Cacturne, Decidueye. They brought a lot of low tier things like I expected. Definitely a scary team. No Melmetal is insane. I'm very happy about that because I feel like it kind of smashed my team. I do feel like they're going to have some sort of hidden tech that I need to be worried about. I think Fortress is a fine lead. Setting up the spikes. So I think that's what I go with. They could easily lead Torkoal. They lead Slowbro. That's fine by me. I think I just set up spikes. And they're gonna surf. Does a decent chunk actually. I'm gonna set up another layer as they surf, and now I'm in Custap. So I'm just gonna click Custap Explosion and do about 40. Which is decent damage. Their leftovers revealed. I feel like Raging Bolt just comes in here. But judging off that damage, they're like they're just fully specially defensive, I think. I do think that they're fully sped def. Calm Nature versus my Raging Bolt. Thunderbolt should just knock them out. It should just kind of be super free. And what would they switch out to? I mean, they have Decidueye, they have the Cacturne. But I'm just gonna T-Bolt. They're heavy duty boots on this thing. And they might just try defogging it away. But I'm gonna click Calm Mind, I think. Poltergeist is gonna 2-hit KO me though. So I do Dragon Pulse. I outspeed and do a decent chunk. I could Dragon Pulse again. I don't think I'm that worried about Enam because I'm Thunderclap. So I'm just gonna Pulse again. You know, They got rid of my spikes, which is annoying, but I got a lot of chip on everything on their team. They end up going to this thing. Earth Power will not kill me. And they know I have Thunderclap, so I'm just going to Thunderbolt, predicting a Calm Mind. Come on, there's no way that they just give this thing to me. Oh, I forgot my nicknames. Dang it. Oh well. They go hard Arctozolt, which is going to be Volt Absorb. So that's a good bring for me. Definitely a good bring into me. Terra Ground would scare me here. But if they're not Terra Ground, then Victini is super free. So I think I'm going to go straight out to Victini. They've got good stuff for me so far. Definitely not the team I was expecting. They just Freeze Dry. Awesome. And I can either Blue Flare, which would pick up a kill on this thing, or I can Energy Ball into that Slowbro, but they're max Videf. It would two-shot. So I'm going to predict. And do I predict? I actually think I'd U-turn, just in case there's some sort of Terra. I really don't want to lose my Victini right now, because it looks absolutely insane into their team. So I just U-turn. This thing could easily be Scarfed. They do switch straight out to Torkoal. Rocky Helmet Torkoal. And I did not click on Barraskewda. Interesting. But I can flip turn and just deal a huge amount of damage to this thing. Their Shell Armor. If they're max Fizz Def, they definitely eat. So I just flip. I am going to take a little bit of chip, but that's okay. At this point, I do think that the Arctozolt's probably Scarfed. I do 63. That's a huge amount. They've got some Fizz Def, but not too much, I don't think. Yeah, I mean, they have to have some. But I feel like I can go Enam here, or I can go Terapagos. If I go Terapagos, what really stops me? If I Meteor Beam on this thing, how much does +1 Tear Starstorm do from Terapagos? +1 does a lot. They could Willow, which would be really annoying. Maybe I save the Terapagos. You know what? Nah, I'm just gonna pull it out now. Go hard Terapagos. I'm assuming maybe Rocks here? They just explode. Okay. That's fine. Does nothing. Good choice by me then. I should live hits from almost anything. I do think I eat a hit from everything. Yeah, I mean, Terra Shell's gone. But Meteor Beam plus Terra Starstorm destroys something on their team. They do go hard Slowbro. I could preserve this thing. I can 100%. Might be my best option to just preserve. I could also just Rock Polish. But I think I'd like to get some chip on this thing. I'm gonna go Enam. Yep, it's just Toxic. I did not want Terapagos getting Toxic there. And I can fire off a very, very free Sludge Bomb. Getting a poison on anything on their team would be great, especially this. I don't think they should let this thing get poisoned, but they don't really know that I'm Sludge Bomb. Also, at this point, I'm pretty content tearing my Barraskewda into Dark. I'm really nervous about this game. I know I'm off to like not a great start, but we both exploded our like physically defensive walls, I guess. I do get the Sludge Bomb off. Poison? No. Dang. They get a crit. It's not a big deal. I just spam Sludge Bomb, to be honest. What I do want to check out is the Terra Dark Crunch. Just destroys this guy. Even from, like, pretty much full. I do get the poison finally. And go down to the Toxic. So I either go out to Raging Bolt, but a Dragon Pulse will not kill. I can go Victini. Energy Ball should. Or I can go Barraskewda and just click Crunch. And I think I go Barraskewda. I think that's my best play by far. And I don't need to Terra here. Should I Terra or no? Maybe I keep them guessing about my Terra. Well, if they're gonna switch out and preserve this thing, which maybe is best, then I Terra Dark Crunch. So I'm gonna do that. Because they don't have a switch into this. They have to have some sort of Scarfer on their team to beat me. If not, I kind of just win. I mean, obviously not, because they have Terra. But even Enamorous, it has a really good shot to 2-shot. They go hard Cacturne. It does 53. That's insane. I think my safest option is to go Raging Bolt here. Even if they like Dark Pulse me, or if they, if they hit me with like a knock, it's not gonna do too much. And they Spiky Shield. Kind of figured they would do something like that. At this point, I Calm Mind. Let's see what they throw me down with. Destiny Bond. Awesome. That is fine by me. I will just Dragon Pulse here. They Spiky Shield it. Oh well. Actually, I Thunderbolt, so they can't go out to Enam. Because this will definitely kill. Yep, goodbye. Don't even get chipped. And at this point, like, I kind of destroy their team. They go Arctos ult. Nothing kills me. I just Dragon Pulse this guy. Raging Bolt coming in clutch. If they're Terra Fairy, then they actually wall me though. They are Terra Fairy. Insane prep. And they have the Stomping Tantrum, they do crit. Which is annoying. Yeah. Good prep by them. I'm gonna go Terapagos. Does Terapagos eat too? Stomping Tantrums? It does. They might predict me to switch though. In which case, I'm gonna throw off a Thunderbolt. They don't switch. They freeze dry that turn. So I know they're not Scarfed. We go Terapagos. They freeze dry. 31. I think I just Meteor Beam, or I could just double Terra Starstorm. Meteor Beam's a little bit better. I do land, does a lot. They are also Meteor Beam, which is sick. That's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Victini will definitely knock this thing out. Obviously, the Enam is the biggest issue. I just go Victini. They should probably preserve this thing, but I do enough to the slow burrow, I'm pretty sure. I always knock this out. They go to Decidueye, sack that thing off. They might just have enough sacks to win at this point. If they're Scarf Enamorous, then I do think they win. They go hard Slowbro now. Interesting. I'm gonna click Energy Ball. They don't knock me out. I'm gonna Blue Flare unless, like, in case they try to go out to the Enam. They do go Enam. I missed! No! No, 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 no. If they're Scarf and I lose, well, no matter what, I actually kind of just win the game if I hit that. Oh no. How much does Barraskewda do? Liquidation will knock them out. I have to sack this. They go Earth Power. Does that knock out Barraskewda? It does if they end up being Scarfed. If they're Scarfed, then I lose off the miss. I flip turn. Okay, so they're not Scarfed. Oops. Sack the Raging Bolt. I go Barraskewda versus... I have to Liquidation, I think. Yeah. I might lose to Slowbro. I probably do. I don't do enough since I'm choice banded into Liquidation. I can't crunch. You go Arctozolt, which I actually think could be a throw. Now they go this thing, and it gets to it KO'd. If I don't die, then I should be fine, actually. Unless they're Slack Off. They are Slack Off. If I get Defense Drop on the first turn, makes up for the miss. Let's get another one. Come on, this is down to the wire. Get another. They're just gonna keep slacking off. They don't have infinite. Slack off again. I'm still 2 at KOing because of the poison. Come on. Get a defense drop. I still think I 2 at KO because of the poison. Yep, and I get a defense drop. I think that might seal it. I do 55, and I get another one. They slack off. I have a roll to kill here, and I do. Perfect. Barraskewda picking up the last kill and moving us on in the playoffs. Good game. I got so scared when I missed that blue flare. It had a chance to kill depending on their set. If not, then I would win with... I could Aqua Jet. I mean, they say poison cost them the game. Yeah. But I went for it like 5 times, and it's a 30% chance. So, I mean, it is what it is. We do move on. I think we're in the top 4 now, which is crazy. My heart is definitely pounding. They prepped amazing. They played amazing. I didn't even think about Terra Fairy Volt Absorb on the Arctozolt. That was huge brain prep. Yeah. But the Terra Dark Barraskewda does pull it out in the end. Definitely a good game to Diamond. They played great. Good season for them. You know, having the 2 versus 7, you know, being the 7 seed, making it all the way here is definitely good, and I know that they're going to do good things in the next couple of seasons. But that's about it for me for today. I'll see you guys in the quarterfinals, semifinals, I think, next week. All right, peace out.